Sometimes we think of selection as something that spans a number of lines. So you select, just like in an editor, and you select a number of lines. But you could also think of it in column mode, where you select a number of columns spanning a number of lines. And that offers itself to solve a number of problems very nicely. Let me show you how. If you have a look at my screen here, you'll see there's a number of Q applications underneath each other. Most of those should actually be Q core application if I want it to be very absolutely correct. I can go ahead and I can add core, and I can do that a number of times in here, but I want to do it all in one go. And that's where the column editing mode comes in. I got to look at my screen, and let me just show you here. I have a yellow sticky note on my screen that I've been looking at for quite a while, wondering what is Alt-Shift-Insert, because I forgot to write what it is. And now I figured out Alt-Shift-Insert is how I switch from row selection to column selection. So if I go here, now I'm just moving my cursor. I press down Shift and move my cursor arrows around. But if I press Alt-Shift-Insert, I switch into column selection mode. And now you can see I am switching slightly different. And in this setup here, I now have multiple places where I will add if I type. So let's just move over here, core. And you can see, set window icon and set desktop file are not from Q core application. All the others was. Okay, undo. That is actually pretty nifty. If I want to add a debug at the end of these lines. Now I'm at the end of the line, add a debug and something. If I want to, whatever, it's pretty cool. There's a link right here to a Q widgets and more episode where I show you how to do this in Qt Creator, just for inspiration on what you can do with this. That yellow sticky note is never gonna leave my screen again here, I'm afraid, because Alt-Shift-Insert is not gonna be in my fingers. And it's a toggle, so if I get it on, then I was like, how did I get it off again? Well, there is, however, fortunately, something that is more easily stuck to my finger. Namely pressing Alt and just dragging out a selection. So here we are, now dragging out a selection. Or the monkey grip, that's Control Alt Shifts. I don't know why it's called that. Maybe it's not. Control Alt Shift, and then I can add multiple cursors wherever I want, or multiple carrots, as it's also called, wherever I want that. But there is one final shortcut that I absolutely must remember, and let me show you that one. Alt-J, and Alt-J, select whatever word I'm at, and then it selects all the other words that matches this. And now again, you can see I have multiple carrots sitting there at the beginning of my line, blinking, ready to move and do stuff around here. Pretty nifty stuff. I wanted to make all of these episodes in this series on CLion be something very specific, a problem that I solved. How do I get help from Qt Creator? Or how do I bind to Control key? Control K key. I'm failed to find that for this particular topic, but on the other hand, I find this to be so super useful that I really want to get that under my skin with CLion. And hopefully I'm not under your skin, but this will eventually, Alt-J and Alt-Drag will be under your skin. I'm Jesper Pedersen from KDAB. I hope you enjoyed this series so far. Let me have your thoughts in the comment below. And until next time, have a great time.